Yu-Gi-Oh is one of the most difficult trading card games to get into. With over 10,000 different cards and so many different products to choose from, where do you even begin? Using a budget of just £30 a week, I set out to mould my own deck and climb the competitive ladder all the way to the European Championships. The challenge? All my cards have to be obtained through sealed official products. I'm not allowed to trade, I'm not allowed to buy cards individually, and instead have to rely on the cold, hard luck of the draw. You're watching Yu-Gi-Oh! From scratch. Hello, welcome. I hope you all had a lovely Christmas. I certainly did. We cooked this year for my girlfriend's parents and, well, I was pretty much just getting in the way the whole time. But it is, of course, Boxing Day, the day after Christmas, which also just happens to be my birthday. Yes, I know, I've heard it all before. 25 though, that's quarter of a century, man. I'm getting old. Okay, boomer in the chat, boys. And before you say anything, no, we won't be spending extra because it's my birthday. That's not part of the challenge, but you will be getting 2 episodes in the same week next week, so I suppose that's something to look forward to. And as your birthday present for me, all I ask is that you smash the like button. If we can hit 1500 by the end of the year, that would be pretty cool. Also, speaking about birthday presents, it's been a hot minute since the last episode, so there's actually a couple of new Patreons supporting the show. So big thanks going out to Alex Overton, Rob Fugate, Sam Lorimer, and Lucas. You guys are seriously making this show happen with your support, and I honestly can't thank you enough. If you link your Patreon account to your Discord, you should automatically get an invite to the server with the correct rank applied. Yes, you heard me, we now have an official Discord server that you can join and chat away in. Link is in the description if you want to join in. Certain kinks are still being worked out though, so don't be too surprised if it's not perfect. Now, if you've forgotten where we're at with the deck since last episode, we're still essentially on the hunt for Deck Mommy. Yes, we're diving straight back into the good old Dark Neostorm, where we're also still needing another 2 copies of Nyhmnim, and I guess a 3rd copy of Crackdown would be pretty handy as well. But yeah, that's you pretty much up to speed with everything now, so we have another £30 to blow. What are we waiting for? Another 4 Dark Neostorm special editions to bust open here. Let's see what we get. Okay, that's all our packs opened. Is today gonna be the day that we finally get Deck Mommy? Because that's been, what, 3 episodes in a row of Dark Neostorm now. So we have Goki, Crusadia, Deus Ex Crawler, Dolphin Star, Pendulum Halt as a super, and yeah, nothing exciting. We've seen it all before. Pack number 2 coming in with Puzzlomino, Saryuja, Flamvel, Physical Assault, and Not Dingirsu. Lovely. Number 3, as they say, is the magic number. So, Crealter, Muskets, Cloudian, Assault Mode, it's a Synchro. Deck Mommy! Ah, that actually looks so nice with the shine. Finally, man. Ib, the World Chalice Justisher, the heart and soul of our deck. She quite literally changes everything, and that's not even clickbait. So yeah, looks like we're going to be starting off 2020 with a decent list. I can't be any more excited about that. That was on pack number 3 as well. Like, honestly, I would like to move on from Dark Neostorm here, but the money's already been spent, so we're gonna have to open these packs anyway. There is always the chance, I guess, that we can pull Nyhmnim or Crackdown as well, so it makes sense to continue. I honestly don't even care if we get nothing else, I'm happy. So here we have Haunted Rock, Dolphin, Puzzle, Phenephalag, Destiny Hero, Dominance as the super rare. It looks similar to Malicious Bane, but it's not quite Malicious Bane. I think we'll be about halfway after this one, and we have Memories of Hope and a load of garbage. 5 packs remaining, meaning this will be pack number 7. So what have we got here? We've got Cloudian Aerosol, World Legacy, Dino Coca-Cola, and Ultra Valkyrie Erda, not bad. But Dino Coca-Cola, I've recently realized we will be needing 3 of those, and I'm not actually sure if we have 3 yet. I'm pretty sure we've pulled one before. Oh, and there's another one, and no material. Gee, wow, okay, right, just totally interrupt what I'm saying. No material is a very nice pool, but I honestly don't think I'll ever be using it, not even in the side deck, so he's just going to be, you know, looking pretty in the collection binder. But going back to what I was saying about Dino Coca-Cola, I think we've pulled 3 now, and that's great. As a level 2 tuner that just specials itself from hand for free, it acts as like another engine for Ib, which is perfect for our deck, especially when I can't get my hands on the other engines that involve Carbonedin. You should watch the endgame video if you haven't already for more detail on that. And we pulled Crackdown. It's about time too, because I'm pretty sure that's the second copy out of like 40 or 50 packs in the full series. It's ridiculous. So down to the second last pack here, we've got Crealtar, Firewall, Assault Mode, D-Draw, Destiny, D-Tactics. Garbage. I wonder how close we are to the Master Set so far. Is that a thing in Yu-Gi-Oh, or is it just Pokemon? It's quite interesting to think about the collectability in both games. But for the final pack here, we have Dino Wrestler, Marshall Anko, Super Quantal Trap, Tyrant Dino Fusion, Salamangreat Fennec, Goki the Blade Ogre, Sayuja Shackles, Chaos Betrayer for the rare, and Dirge of the Lost Dragon for our final super rare. Can't win them all, but honestly I'm happy. We definitely did win today with Ib the World Chalice Justiciar. We got our deck, mommy. Before we figure out what we have to do with the deck now, there's a little special something I have to announce to you. So I wanted to treat you guys for supporting the channel so much, and I got in contact with a company called Stay Classy. You might have seen some of their stuff before. They're the guys that make the custom anodized metal field centers and like custom playmats as well. It's all real high quality gorgeous stuff, so if you're looking to pimp out your kit and treat yourself with your Christmas money, then there's my recommendation. They're releasing a new Time Wizard design in January, which honestly looks amazing, and they ship internationally, so if you want to check them out, links are below. And don't worry, they'll know I sent you. So how is this a treat for you? Well, this is a trial partnership and I'm not getting paid at all. We're just testing the water to see how it plays out. So they sent me a couple of designs and I'm going to give most of them away to you. Cyber Dragon Infinity is my absolute baby, so no, I'm keeping that one, I'm sorry. But if the promotion goes really well, then we might be able to get an exclusive RevzCards design, maybe of Deck Mommy, who knows. So go treat yourself. They're Yu-Gi-Oh sized, super sturdy, and they just look so clean, honestly. But how is the giveaway going to work? You can't really contact people on YouTube. So we're going to give away one design every week, and 2 of those designs are going to be through Discord and the other 2 are going to be through Patreon. Cyber Dragon and Exodia will be given away through Discord, and Colossus and Pot of Greed will be given out through Patreon for obvious reasons. I'll go into more detail about how to enter each week, but for this episode we're going to be giving away Cyber Dragon via Discord. You don't have to do anything special, it's literally just free to enter. You just have to be in the Discord and I'll choose randomly on Tuesday or Wednesday. So yeah, join the Discord, link will be in the description, and best of luck to you. So we finally pulled Deck Mommy and can start making that transition from a go second deck to a go first build a board deck. This truly marks a huge turning point in the series, and from every episode after this, I'm pretty confident we'll be able to keep up with the competitive decks. But for now, due to the lack of an Ib engine, we're going to play, for the very last time, our go second build. Yes, that means no changes to the deck this week, but next episode, we're gonna come back swinging. So let's play some games. So we've got a new tabletop setup here. Let me know if you prefer it to the original. You can see my hand in this one, which gives you a little bit more information. I'll also be able to actually record regional gameplay with this as well, which I'm actually excited about. Anyway, round 1, we are up against Fish, and we lose a dice roll, and he makes us go first. And as you can see, our hand's kinda garbage for going first. I could technically do some pretty stupid plays with Ravine and Reborn, but I had the Nibiru and the Ash, so I decided it wasn't worth it. So it's just a case of setting 20s and passing. He activates Legacy of the Duelist, normal summons Oystermeister and tributes it for Monster Gate, which we drop the Ash on. So he gets a token off Oyster, but he passes it back to us where we top deck another Twin Twisters. So this is going to be one of those kind of games. In any competitive environment, this is definitely what you don't do, but because it's locals, I decided to just go all in. I activate Dragon Ravine and its effect by pitching Twin Twisters to send Abzerite or Dragon to grave, Searcher Me, Rocket Synchron. So by normal summoning Synchron and reviving Abzerator, I then have the materials to make a level 8 Synchro. The correct play here is probably Synchroing into Scarlight, reborning Synchron, and then Synchroing into Abyss. However, instead, I activate Twinnies pitching Nibiru and then reborn the Nibiru for an extra beefy body on the board, which swiftly takes a nosedive to Raigeki. So we take the L in game 1.
Game 2, we're going second and feeling a little bit more comfortable. He gets to Deep Sea Coelacanth, which is a hell of a card. It summons as many fish monsters from deck as possible, and is pretty much an auto-win button if you resolve it. For some stupid reason, I decide to Ghost Ogre it, giving him an extra zone to summon to, and with no other interruption in my hand, surely he's just going to build a board that I can't break. Luckily for me, Jamie somehow melts his own brain and ends on Saryuja plus some random fish in defense mode. I can't remember what the problem was. I wasn't sure if he was missing an extra deck card or something, but he sets a back row, has no cards in hand, and that's the board we have to break. So for our turn, I top deck into a Tracer and start by special summoning Gateway Dragon. Then on its effect to special from hand, he flips Lost Wind, so that gets negated, and a normal summon Tracer. It's funny watching this back because from here there's multiple ways to Borrow Sword OTK him, but instead I make some other plays. So I Terraforming for Ravine and then activate its effect to ditch Galaxy Spiral Dragon. I think at this point I realized there was multiple ways to kill him, but I didn't want to overdo it just because it was a casual match. So instead of making big strings of play, I just Synchro for Scarlight and then Dragon's Mirror for Borreload's Furious. Scarlight blows up his board and deals 1000, then in the battle phase we deal an extra 6300, leaving him with just 700 life points and one top deck. So basically we were winning this game regardless. Game 3, he makes us go first again, and this time our hand isn't total trash. So I start by normal summoning Gateway Dragon and then activate its effect to summon Tracer from hand. From here I link one of them into Pisty and then both of them into Spheres, putting a link monster in the graveyard. Now I can revive Tracer with World Legacy Guard Dragon and activate Tracer's effect, popping my spell to summon a level 4 from deck, and then Synchro Summoning into Borreload Savage, who can equip Pisty from the graveyard. Although Savage gets impermed, unfortunately. So we're ending on one interruption in the form of Spheres, and a big beefy Blue Eyes in the form of Borreload Savage. After resolving a Maury of Greed, he normal summons an Oystermeister, and then special summons a fish from hand. At this point I bounce back the Oyster with Spheres, and then summon Galactic Spiral Dragon off its effect, which kinda ends his turn. He has to set 2 and then pass. So I top deck into Red MD and then activate Foolish, sending Abzerouter to search for Rocket Synchron. Knowing that I'll be able to revive Galactic Spiral Dragon, I link both my monsters into Galaxy Satellite, which gets hit by a Solemn Strike. I then go on and normal summon Rocket Synchron, which gets hit by a Solemn Warning. So at this point he's done 3500 points of damage to himself, and I still have a trick or two up my sleeve. So I activate the effect of Tempest to summon itself and then banish it to summon Red MD from hand. Red MD revives Savage. I can then activate the effect of Spiral to summon itself, overlay into Ding, sending his fish to grave, and then attack for game.
1-0 baby!
Round 2, we're up against Matt with his tennies. He wins a dice roll and makes us go first. We open up Double Ash and Reborn again. Reborn seems to be glued to my hand today. So the play here is to normal summon Tracer, special summon White Rose, and link into Spheres. Remember, we don't want to make a board that loses to Super Poly, and Spheres is still quite a solid interruption. So we pass on that, and he starts by activating the Tenyi field spell and then summoning Pancratops. He activates its effect to pop my Spheres, where I'm forced to chain its effect, bouncing back his field spell just so I can get the summon from deck. So I summon Abzerouter because when he's sent to grave I'll get a follow-up play for next turn. It's pretty much guaranteed to die as well because it has 0 attack and defense off of Spheres. So he activates his field spell again and then activates Reasoning. We could Ash this, but I want to try my luck.
Go with 7. Easy. Easy.
He follows that up by special summoning Adhara from hand and linking into Monk. Activates Vessel, which we do want to drop the Ash on because it's a really good card. He then banishes Ashuna to summon Vishuddha from deck, banishes Adhara to add Ashuna back to hand, and then links Vishuddha into Monk. Now he's able to summon the Ashuna from his hand and links everything into the Link 3. It's got 3000 attack, and thanks to the field spell, it's unaffected by monster effects. So he swings into Abzerouter, allowing me to search Rocket Synchron, and passes over to us. So I pick up Tempest, and if there's something you need to know about the Tenyi Link 3, it's that it has a top arrow and a top right arrow. That's pretty much a free LP effect, so that's exactly what we do.
Yeah.
Thanks, Wealthy.
No. LP out. No. That's so dumb.
I also forgot to mention that I ashed his field spell when he tried to activate its effect. But yeah, LP summons Red MD summons Spheres, which is Boral Sword, and we have plenty options in our hand to OTK him. Game 2, he chooses to go second again. Our hand's not terrible. I could make Spheres, but I feel safe because I have Ghost Ogre and Strike, so instead I just set the Strike in the Guard Dragon Cataclysm, which is useless, and pass turn. He starts by summoning the Wind Tenyi and then linking into Monk. He then activates Vessel, sending Ashuna and adding Vishuddha. From there, he summons Vishuddha from hand and then activates the effect of Ashuna to summon Adhara from deck, giving him the materials to make Draco Berserker, but we strike it. Moving on from there, he activates the effect of Adhara to add back Ashuna and then activates the effect of Vishuddha to bounce my back row, which is fine because it wasn't doing anything anyway. He then summons the Water Tenyi from hand and links into a second Monk, summons Ashuna from hand, then links into Shaman, which we drop a Ghost Ogre on, although he does get the effect anyway, but that's about as far as he can go, so he links into his third Monk, sets 2 and passes it to us. He also attacked for 1,000, which is worth noting. So on my turn we pick up Wyver Burster, which isn't great. Remember, we're not running Collapse Serpent in this build because it's a brick. So my only play is normal summoning Synchron, linking into Pisty, then reviving Synchron with World Legacy Guard Dragon, linking into Delingerous, summoning Wyver Burster, linking into LP, and then moving LP through the effect of World Legacy Guard Dragon. LP summons Red MD from deck, but Red MD's only target is Delingerous, and Delingerous is on field, so I'm forced to link off LP and Delingerous into Spheres so that Red MD can then revive Delingerous. That at least gets me to an Abomination, which will help clear his board. So I set Guard Dragon Cataclysm and enter the battle phase where Red MD attacks over Ashuna. Then because a monster's been destroyed by battle, I can pop any card on the field with Abomination, so I pop a back row and then attack Monk with Abomination. Destroying Monk triggers his Water Tenyi in the grave, which special summons back the Monk and then destroys one monster I control, so he pops my Abomination. On his turn, he flips Raigeki, to which I chain Cataclysm, tributing Red MD to clear his board, so at this point we both have an empty board and we're both top decking. Cue Mapura Beatdown. With no monks left, there's not really much he can do, so he just continues to attack with 600. 4 turns in a row.
More monks.
Yeah, because
and
if you...
Want to make Crystal.
Mapura beat down. Mapura beat down. Yeah, get in on Morrison.
Search buttons.
Mapura beat down. Pass.
I don't know.
That's so good.
It's
Pass.
Eventually, after a very, very slow grind game, we draw into a Tracer and we can actually do things. So after Ash survives a turn, I normal summon Tracer, to which he flips Skill Drain, and I chain its effect to get another level 4 body on board. This allows me to synchro summon using Ash for Cyber's Quantum Dragon and then do damage, leaving him with just 100 life points. He manages to top deck Vishuddha and special summon it in defense mode with 2-5 defense, which is a wall I can't quite push through yet. So it buys him a turn where he's able to then top deck Adhara, normal summon it and synchro for Draco Berserker. So he's about to attack Tracer for game.
No.
Oh lordy. Battle phase.
Okay.
There is fucking thing.
He does nothing now.
Yeah, kill that.
You're attacking that.
Yeah.
Damage step.
Oh, wait, no, they crash.
No, 16, 15. 100 damage exactly.
No. Why is he
Hey yo, let me think, B.
You're in a damage step.
he's about to
Hey yo, let me think, B. Let me think, B.
Yeah, that was Lost Wind in the damage step doing exactly 100 damage for game. 2-0! Round 3, we ended up against Danger Gren Maju, but the video is getting a bit long now, so I'm just going to let you know we lost 2-1. So plugging those results into our overall record, we've actually had a positive impact, which is nice. And now that our deck is becoming somewhat competitive, I think that's going to continue. So this video was originally supposed to be going up on Boxing Day, but the festives ended up being a little bit busier than I anticipated. So while you are still getting 2 episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! From scratch next week, this is the final episode of 2019. The deck has come a very, very long way, and it has been a very fun almost 3 months of blinding second. But I am really looking forward to the next episode where we pick up Draconet and finally build our deck for going first. As always, thanks so much for watching if you made it this far. Remember to join the Discord in the description if you want to be entered into the giveaway for the Cyber Dragon Field Center. Love you all, hope you have a wonderful new year, and I will see you in 2020.